Slinky096 says Elise.
Talarian says hi Elise.
Hello? Hello. Hey, DeLorean. Hey, Slinky.
Talarian says hello there.
Hi. How are you?
Talarian says I am well, how are you and what are you sketching?
I feel really tired today, so we're just going to do an hour stream. I bought a book recently on how to design some dragons, so been kinda drawing some stuff. My code. Sorry, my thing is not working. give me a moment. Okay, got it. I had to readjust some stuff.
Ryan Sider says Lunacy 4Kai.
Here I am. How's it going today?
Ryan Siders says I tried indoor rock climbing a few days ago.
Oh, how do you find it? Is it your thing? Or not really?
Ryan Sider says tiring lunacy for pain willing to try again.
Nah, that's nice. Yeah, it is tiring. For sure. But glad you had fun though. Which gym do you go to?
Ryan Sider says, do you usually go for a day pass or a monthly subscription? Having a 2-peak.
I usually go for the day pass. Cause I only climb once a week. I'm a casual. But also, I go on. You can get the 10-day pass, but because I am a freelancer, I get to go before peak hour, and that's even cheaper than the 10-day passes. Do you go by yourself or you went with friends?
Ryan Sider says myself Nemami 2 Nodsis was working.
Oh, so I'm guessing you did bouldering. Bouldering is just
Ryan Sider
the
says, do
falling
you
one.
need to any special exercises to get better at climbing? Having a 2-peak.
I'm sure there are. I didn't particularly go out and look for it. I just do normal weights at the gym.
Ryan Sider says I think it was top rope. Someone had to belay.
Oh,
Their
you did
bouldering
tell me.
wall was inclined and hard to grip. Lunacy 4 panic.
But then, if you went by yourself, then who belayed you? Yeah, bouldering is
Ryan
quite
Sider
scary.
says the instructor Lunacy 4 beam.
Ah, okay. You went for the classes. That's cute. Yeah, if you ever wanna go climbing, let me know. I usually do lead, but I have a friend that also can do top rope, so you guys can help belay each other.
Ryan Sider says Holland 1 wow.
Yeah. My friends all love lead, so peer pressure.
Ryan Sider says Nemimi 2 Pat.
Talarian says I shall lurk as I am driving home. Catch ya soon.
Okay, bye. Have good, safe drives.
Ryan Sider says I saw otters for the first time recently. They were cute.
Aww, yeah, otters are so adorable. I remember I went to... I don't remember which zoo was it. Singapore Zoo, I think. And then there was this bunch of otters that just kept running in circles and they kept squeaking. I thought it was freaking adorable.
Ryan Sider says squeaking. Lunacy 4 beam one of them sneeze too.
Ayo, that's cute.
Ryan Sider says they were at a local park and then they came to sunbathed on the ground.
Wow. Now I want to know where is this local park so I can go check it out.
Ryan Sider says Sabal Lunacy 4 vanish.
Wah, Saba. So far away.
Ryan Sider says Lickus Sports Complex.
Interesting.
Ryan Sider says I just came back yesterday after 2 weeks Hollow 1 peak.
Mm. Hope you had a good holiday.
Ryan Sider says there wasn't much to see. Lunacy 4 vanish. It was rainy the first week. The sun feels way hotter there. Got sunburned on my feet with sandals. Hollow 1 sweat.
Ayo. Yeah, I feel like those places don't really have much to do unless you are really into nature. Because I feel like you can probably go like water sports or hiking and stuff like that.
Ryan Sider says Nemimi 2 not there's a botanical garden and it's pretty huge but it rained real bad when I went. Some people still jog while it was pouring.
Yeah, I guess
Ryan
it kind of
Sider says I
sucks.
saw red ants for the first time too. Lunacy 4 panic, they are scary.
Oh, it must be the gigantic ones, the giant red ants.
Ryan Sider says the giant ones Nemimi 2 not.
Yeah, I guess it kind of sucks that you went there in the raining season.
Skyshin Music says you is my Ido Sand Pi Lise.
Ido Sanpai. Hello, Sky. I don't understand what anything you just said. Feeling a little bit tired today, so we're only just gonna do an hour stream, then I'm gonna head out. How are you today? Trying to do more dragons.
Ryan Cider says Idol Senpai Nemimi 2 Pi and Pat.
Oh, Idol Senpai. So lame.
Skyshin Music says OPLS take care.
How are you, Sky? How's the grind?
Skyshin Music says I've been constantly tired and overwhelmed, big sad.
Oh no, why are you describing my life? What have you been overwhelmed about? I just want to do some sketches, something. Just kind of go back to the roots.
Actually, the arts charity I work with has leftover money for the year, so they decided to support some recording sessions for the album. But, because they need to park the expense under 2025, we need to suddenly rush everything before the year ends.
Oh no.
Skyshin Music says so hopefully by January we have 2 more finished songs. Happy smiley but also yikes.
How about if they want to support
Ryan Cider says Holla no one cheer.
what if they want to support the you want to support the recording sessions? How about they pay you guys up front? You just quote them on it. Just quote, this is how much it would take. Ergo. You pay me this much before 2025 ends. as for my hours and time and the studio.
Skyshin Music says cannot let. Also they already know how much it will cost because the studio and producer also they choose one.
Good, you know how much it costs, right? Pay up front loan. Yeah, man, I hate it when you get sick, like just that time, you know, just that one freaking time when you need to freaking rush everything, like, bruh, why? So I'm trying to go out of my comfort zone. I would say this two are what I would usually sketch out. So these are not what I would usually do, which is interesting. Okay.
Slinky096 says OMG, these drawings are just wow.
Oh, thank you. Dark Fox say he likes this the most. I actually quite like this one. This one looks like a werewolf. This one's after the flying squirrel. Yeah, I bought this book. Ooh, I can show you guys. Give me a moment. It's been really helpful.
Slinky096 says the bat on the far right is my fave.
Skyshin Music says I really like the owl, flying squirrel and opossum hee hee.
I really like the owl, flying squirrel, and opossum. Ooh, nice. Thank you. So, okay. I actually quite like the owl. This one I like the dragon kind of owl too. So, I bought this book, a little gift to myself. Because like a little birthday gift to myself. This was done by the same company who did mythical creature designs. I did a what do you call that? I did a something.
Slinky096 says that reminds me of a Maiwing from Ark.
Maiwing? Oh, I have to check what that means. Yeah, so I bought this and I did a review on YouTube of another book they did called Mythical Creature Designs. I actually was halfway through it, but I haven't finished it yet. Then I went to this one. And I really like the idea of it. Really, that is
Skyshin
cute,
Music
like a
says
little
Elise,
platypus.
sorry you're suddenly very soft, we can't hear you very well.
Sorry, I was mumbling a little bit. So I was saying that I read another book by the same company. It was called Designing Mythical Creatures. I did a review over at my YouTube. Let me see if I can find it. If you guys are interested in creature designs.
Skyshin Music says cool beans. So these books inspired you to try out new sketching styles?
So the first one that I linked down below in chat was the creature designs. But then what really got me into, so when I saw designing dragons, because I saw so many books that says designing dragons, but the cover looked like a very traditional dragon. Don't get me wrong, traditional dragons look cool, but I definitely wanted to expand on it. Look at this dragon here. That looks sick as heck. So that's what really got me.
Slinky096 says you should Google the Ark Maiwing. It's cute and weird, like its most modern day closest animal in design.
Yeah. So these are all the design of the dragons. Like, it's not your, like, they add in like very unique designs of it's like not what you would think when you see a dragon, and I just really like that. So So I thought this was really a really nice addition to the library. So I've been reading it so far, and I'm really digging it. Yeah.
Skyshin Music says, oh well. Going beyond the stereotype to explore deeper into the species.
Yes, exactly. It's not just like normal dragons, it's really how to expand and go out of the norm. Like, this is really cool. Like, if you see this one is like a scorpion thing going on, and instead of like pincers and stinging tail, it uses its tail to smash the humans, to whip it. Yo, I thought that was so interesting and creative. Things that I would never ever thought of, because my brain is not that creative.
Yes.
So yeah, the things I would never think
Skyshin
of.
Music says they should totally work with a game dev and make a dragon-based game of some sort, so these designs are brought into another universe.
I really wish a whole dragon about that, a game all about dragons. That would be cool. And this one was very interesting. This is like a cockatrice, but their take of a cockatrice. So they were studying animals that has symmetry. Because like cockatrice has two heads, a snake head and a cockatiel's head. But then because in nature you can't have two heads, it takes up too much resources. So it was just kind of studying animals that have mimicry. So for example, there are these ones like the shingleback skink. They have tails that look like the head, the shape of the head, you know, stuff like that. And then they were taking into consideration, oh, okay, it'll be in the desert. So they chose like a road runner that is fast running. And its diet will probably consist of insects. So they was looking at anteaters and woodpeckers, especially since woodpeckers are closer to dragons. So they were doing all these studies. And then this is what it came out of. That was really cool. So you can see it's not exactly a hit, but it does look like one.
Baby-sized dragons sound very cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like this book. I would love to record a review on it. Moving on. Yeah. Oh, I can show you this one. This one was really cute. They used a cat. So this one, the artist was doing an Eastern dragon design. So it was taking a cat. It was taking a lion. Their lion's mane, one of the features that is very eye-catching. Then they start doing different sketches on what makes the best pose, and then turn it into an artwork. Yeah. Then they also kind of explain a little bit about
Skyshin
color.
Music says, I love how they don't just show you the final design, but what inspired their thought process.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why it's such a great
Slinky096
tutorial.
says I need this book ASAP.
Yeah, you should check it. So this one was really nice. So the artist was like, this is a benevolent dragon that will help humans travel across the place, and they are seen as gods. So you can see they would have little trinkets that the humans has gifted them and stuff like
Skyshin
that.
Music
So.
says Taxi Dragon.
Yeah, taxi dragon, kind of like a cat bus, huh, from Totoro. So yeah, if you're interested, it is called Designing
Brian Sider
Dragons.
says Lunacy 4 Beam.
Yeah, so I don't. So the thing is, after reading the Mythical Creatures book, I have incorporated a lot of sketches into my workflow. So so I started doing studies. So after reading the Mythical Creatures book, I started taking like sketches of animals and stuff like that, and then I just kind of combine it, which is like, that was my takeaway. I also did studies and stuff like that. So it was kind of like what
Skyshin Music says OMG, what is that baby on the first page, so cute.
the baby. This one's a tapir. And I don't know what baby. So I was doing studies and stuff like that.
096 says, well, I think I found another thing I want for Christmas.
I hope it helps you, Slinky, from one dragon lover to another. So then, but one thing I did was I just kind of copy pasted different things. I am hoping to actually go beyond that. That would be nice. And try off different things. So this is, yeah, I did studies on cats. I did studies on cats. This was dragons from different media. That's like Smaug the Hobbit, Haku, Spirited Away.
Slinky096 says trike.
You drew one of my first boyfriends, Haku. Yeah, I like Haku too. In dragon form, in human form, he's not that good looking. I liked him better in dragon form. He was hella cool. Then Seadramon from Digimon. Then I did some more studies. I haven't done any creature designs in a while actually. This one I just kind of copied some
Skyshin
dragons
Music
online.
says, oh my, all these deer.
Yeah. They were animals with antlers. So it was interesting because you see tufted deer. It's just the antlers are so tiny. It's actually in the mane there. So it's very interesting. This one, Saiga Antelope, look hella derpy. Look at this guy. It's kind of funny. So I did this. Then I turned
Skyshin
it
Music
into
says the
a
fallow one
3D
is so
model.
cool. Looks like a giant piece of kimchi.
Never thought of kimchi, but yes. Also, I did some bear studies because I wanted to do like a little comic book of a sun bear. The sun bear is this little cutie. Then I'm here. So one thing I did not do when I read the mythical creatures, because I'm a very lazy person. When I'll just like, okay, these are all the features I want, these are all the features I want, I'll just merge them and whatever. I never actually take the time to try and work my brain to figure out what are the different kinds of features that I can play around with. Like option 1, option 2. Man, I gotta tell you, that is hard. I sat down and really tried to just come up with these things.
Skyshin Music says I like the middle one's eyes.
This one? This one's eyes? Bear sketches. Hello, Rainy. So it's kind of hard to really
Skyshin
bring
Music
out.
says, yeah. He looks gentle and cute.
Yeah, I was thinking he was kind of small, kind of cute. But I wanted to make something that's cool. Like I want to do a what do you call that? Like a cool competition piece for next year's Malcolm. But yeah, Dark Fox had the same taste as you, Sky. He
096
likes this
says
one
you
too.
gotta do one inspired by a frilled dragon.
The frilled, you mean the frilled lizard?
Skyshin Music says would want to keep him as a pet.
Ah, yes.
Slinky096 says the lizard, yeah.
It is interesting. The frilled lizard. I might have to give it a try. You would want to keep him as a pet. I don't know what to expand on. Cause usually I would say I think 1, 2, 3 are usually like my go-to kind of designs. Except this one. This one, the body, I was thinking of something different than my usual. These are not my usual, so I was kind of happy this came out.
Slinky096 says, or the JP Dilophosaurus.
Right. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I also had another book I bought about prehistoric animals. I never really checked it out. Okay, so let's see if we can expand on this. So this one was inspired by the horned owl and the vampire bat.
Says, show me now, PLS.
Show me now. Hang on, I would like to. I mean, I can't just dish it out right now. I'm like, there's a lot of things. So I think we will just start here.
Skyshun Music says at some point you could do a more elaborate piece of them in their habitat or eating. I imagine the cutie boy munching on berries would be cute.
I don't know if I ever have the obviously I would love to. I would love to make a book about what you said, Sky. I don't know if I'll have the discipline though. Because I think like to make a book is so hard.
Skyshun Music says it could be a page a month for your Patreon and then you can release the whole book when it's done. Oh whoa.
That is...
Skyshun Music says, oh my god, if you do a page a month you can make it as a calendar.
I would really like that, but I don't know. Mostly because I got no... I got no discipline, I think. I would like to. But that is something to think about. Thanks for the suggestion.
Ryan Sider says Nemimi 2 Pat. Skyshun Music says he. Sorry. Got too excited for you.
No, I appreciate it. I think it'd be nice, especially if you know, it's always kind of like, oh, it's a lot of work, but then if you break it down to once a month, for example, is that it definitely feels bite-sized. But I don't know. Cause like I don't know.
Slinky096 says that pose is giving Pachycephalosaurus.
Oh gosh, all these dino names. As much as I love dinosaurs, one thing I hate about them is their freaking names. Packy. Ah, yes. I call that the hit butt.
Slinky096 says the bone-headed one.
Yeah, I usually give them context. I would like
says can't even spell that word not like this.
I would call them the hit butt dinosaur. And then Brachiosaurus, when I was a kid, I would just name it the long neck dinosaur.
Slinky096 says Littlefoot is a true long neck.
I always thought long neck dinosaur was the real name. No, the name is Brachiosaurus. But yes, it just makes sense, you know. Littlefoot is a true long neck. Ah, man, Littlefoot. I think they want to make a quote unquote, I mean, they want to make a 3D quote unquote, what's that word?
Skyshin Music says, do you think dragons
live
and
action?
dinosaurs are related?
Quote unquote live action. Do you think dragons and dinosaurs are related? If dragons were a real thing, I would say they would be. How would I do this? The body will be like that. He looks so derpy though. Maybe. It's like a little monkey.
Slinky096 says, well, Elise, there are many species of long-necked dinosaurs, so many so that they have their own class, sauropods.
Rainy, anything with the word but will get you
Skyshin Music
intrigued.
says, I'm going to pretend that I did not forget dinosaurs actually existed.
You're so funny, Sky. Oh wow, really? I did not know sauropods were a different thing. How would I want to? I think the
Slinky096 says at Skyshen Music, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear or read that. Skyshen Music says at Slinky096 SS Slinky, I can explain.
Okay, he's not gonna have a butt. Look at those goblin feet. This is giving me very goblin vibes.
Dubakian2134 says a shipment of Viagra was stolen yesterday. The cops are looking for a group of hardened criminals.
That's so lame.
Slinky096 says, I have an extensive knowledge base on Dinosauria.
Skyshin Music says, I don't know why this page is giving Christ Massey vibes.
Christmassy vibes. Yes. Hi, Dovakin.
Skyshin Music says he looks like he could be a friend to reindeer.
Yeah, Slinky is our resident dinosaur expert. He looks like an imp though. I don't know if he'll be like reindeer. We'll give him like a tiny, just a tiny tail. I wonder how his face would look like. So this was inspired by
Dubakian2134 says, I love Christ Massey things.
Dubakian 2134 says he.
How are you doing, Dovahkiin?
Slinky096 says okay, now it's giving a gargoyle.
Yeah, it's giving gargoyle. This is how the front would look like, sort of. It's not a pretty little thing, in my opinion. It's like a ugly but cute, I guess.
Dovahkiin2134 says rar.
Slinky096 says I love bats, they're so cute.
I guess he is more photogenic sideways. He's just trying his best, I guess.
Dovahkiin 2134 says, did you know a group of pandas is called an embarrassment?
Please tell me that's a real thing. That would be so funny if it was. Okay, not. Looks ugly AF.
2134 says yup, it's real.
Really? I know a group of hippos are called a thunder. Can you imagine a thunder of hippos? I'm gonna try.
Skyshin Music says, are those 4 ears?
No, they're kind of like inspired by the horned owl, so they're not really ears, but more of like, I guess, ornaments.
Dovahkiin 2134 says probably cause their farts sound like thunder.
Skyshin Music says oh cute.
Yeah, let's try another one from a different angle. Whoa, suddenly their ears are getting longer and longer. Stick to the diagram. Let's see if we go like 3/4. 3/4 thingy something. Brain not working. Word hard. Actually, you go from the side. He does look. He do be looking kind of
Skyshin
cute.
Music says maybe the ones with bigger ears are better listeners. They can work as counselors or therapists.
Piranha doesn't really have horns. It's just the way the feathers look. Yeah, of course. They don't have horns. But people are weird. They always like give animals weird names.
096 says at Dovahkiin 2134 no, it's BC. If they charged at you, their footsteps would sound like thunder. If that's acutely why.
Yes, maybe you can build like a fictional world and then they're like.
Dovahkiin
The owls are
2134
great listeners.
says also owls' ears are on separate spots of their head. Their head is essentially a satellite. I would imagine it's their footsteps because they're so heavy. But then they spend most of their time in the water because of their weight, which makes sense.
Slinky096 says the head is still very head butter escape.
Spots under. Owls are on separate spots under hit. Essentially a satellite. Flapping noises to owls you never hear. I'll fly towards you. Oh yeah. Their ears are very asymmetrical, so they can pinpoint hearing. And yes, their feathers are serrated. So it
Sky
cuts
Shin
through
Music
the
says, "I
air
like
and
this angle.
is
He's
much
tuned again.
more silent. Yeah, I guess it's different. Also, I'm giving him like he's giving. Oh my god, it's too. The torso is looking too sexy. What the fuck is happening? What is happening?
Slinky096 says XD.
Dovaki in 2134 says sexy bat creature.
No.
Ryan Cider says Nemimi 2LUL. Dovaki in 2134 says LOL.
He's looking very Digimon-y right now. It's looking like instead of Angel Woman, it's probably like a Imp Man. This is what's that fantastical creature? Like they have bird bodies but female faces. Harpies, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan.
Skyshin Music says I'm just waiting for Elise to give him biceps next.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I might want to change his design a little bit, make him look less.
Slinky096 says very Durasaur wings.
Yeah. In the beginning, I wanted it to be more.
Says hello waving hand sign.
In the beginning, I wanted it to be a flying squirrel, so the skin
Sky
flaps
Shin
will
Music says,
attach
"Why
to the
you don't allow him
abdomen.
to be sexy,
But
sad
then I
face?"
realized, oh yeah, it does look very pterosaur. Hey, Slate. Why do you allow him to be sexy? Cause then I would attract the wrong crowd. I don't know. It's too weird. It's too weird. It's too weird. I want to focus on the creature design, though. I mean, if you guys want, I guess I could have an OnlyFans side gig,
Sky Shin
would
Music
have
says, "Not wrong
sexy
crowd, just
monsters.
additional crowd cap."
I could totally do that. Subscribe to my Oni Monsters now.
Dovaki in 2134 says creature feature.
Just additional crowd. I'm a fan of anything dinosaur, yeah, so you have vote. Creature feature. Oh, I did give him kind of like a scaled tail. I'm just kind of having, what do you call that? Just adjusting the design. I don't know. I don't really like this creature. He looks
wiggle wiggle rar wiggle wiggle rar wiggle wiggle rar.
kind of cute but ugly at the same time. I might work on him later, but
Slinky096
I want something
says
cool.
the creature feature, featuring creatures feature.
Maybe we can try the owl one. The owl one looks kind of intriguing. I don't know. He kind of looks like a triceratops with the beak-like thing.
Skyshin Music says I'm upset that you don't think this baby is cool. I already feel attached to him.
Oh, do you? Damn, alright. Guess I gotta draw another one. Cause he looks like a featherless chick. Yeah, yeah. He looks like a featherless chick.
Slinky096 says the head butter has a beak.
Oh, that's true. Hit Butter does have a beak. And thank you. Thank you for giving Hit Butter the contextual name. Okay, fine. I'll try and give him a cute baby pose. Okay, how about that, Sky? I feel with every sketch, I feel like the design is just changing more and more.
Dovaki in 2134 says I started a Kickstarter kickstarting things that have already been kickstarted only to start another Kickstarter to kick off more things that should have been kickstarted but weren't, so now I'm kickstarting the Kickstarter that was kickstarted in the first place.
Slinky096 says welcome to my world. Can't draw the same thing twice.
Dovaki in 2134 says Re.
Yeah, man, it's so hard.
Slinky096 says re-hee-hee-hee.
Dovaki in 2134 says I love doing lil wordplay things.
Alright, Sky, what do you think?
Slinky096 says at Ryan Cider XD.
Just an EP baby.
Slinky096 says Eepy Eeper.
EP Eeper. What else should we sketch? Can't think of anything anymore.
Slinky096 says cat inspired dragon.
Slinky096 says inspired asterisk.
Cat inspired. Alright. Give me a few prompts. A cat.
Dovaki in 2134 says I stopped drawing years ago cause all my art things were starting to
Will
get
it
a
be
bit sketchy.
a dragon, a worm, a wyvern, a drake, and what sort of I guess element or power they would have?
Ryan Sider says worm lunacy 4 beam.
Worm, WYRM, which is in a way,
Slinky096 says a dragon.
dragon. I stopped drawing years ago because all my art things were starting to get a bit sketchy. Oh, okay. Hey, Maple. So a worm is basically kind of a snake-like dragon.
Slinky096 says YK kinda like a manticore.
Hey, please join me for sketchies. A manticore. Well, I don't wanna.
Ryan Sider says his base
I'll
list
give it a
WYRM.
think.
Mapliovis in Fetries says the simplicity of using pencil and paper is so refreshing.
Yeah, basilisk is kind of like a worm, yeah. So worm is an archaic word for a serpent or a dragon. But usually they kind of make it different in a way, like worm is kind of snaky. Drake is a
Maple
dragon
Leafs and
without
Petrus says,
wings.
"Sometimes I feel like
Wyvern
painting or singing
is,
brings out the
it has 4
perfectionist in me."
limbs. The wings are where the hands are, quote unquote the hands, and then they have back hind legs. And dragon has 6 limbs, so 4
Maple Leafs and
4
Petrus
feet
says at
and 2 wings.
2134 Hey Dova. Elisa wave.
The simplicity of using pencil and paper is so refreshing. Yeah, that's true. A cat with spiraling
Dubaki in
horns and
2134 says meowdy.
Alright. I won't do it this stream though. I'll have to give it a think.
Dovaki in 2134 says a drink of water is also refreshing.
Is there any special features of this dragon? Like, does it spit poison or what is this? What is its? How does it attack? Mode of attack. Sometimes I feel like painting or shading brings out the perfectionist in me. That is so true, Maple.
Ryan Sider says spits bars lunacy 4 jam.
Is there a special term for those Asian dragons? I don't know. They usually just call it Chinese dragons. A drink of water is also refreshing. Oh, you are great.
Dovaki in 2134 says Dino dance, Dino dance, Dino dance, Dino dance, Dino dance, Dino dance.
I'll try to do this werewolf, this squirrely dragon, I think. I don't know.
Ryan Sider says there's Imudi too.
Do you know what a flurkin from Marvel is? No. It spits
Dubaki in
dollar bills.
2134 says
I
get
wanna
that bread,
spit
get
dollar
that bread,
bills
get that
too.
bread.
What is emoji? Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. this guy. The alien cat. Okay. So, I mean... So you want it to be like a squid thing?
Maple in Fetries says it's interesting because dragons in the west look different to ones in the east. Same with vampires, ha ha ha.
But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes when you watch American shows, all their vampires are just freaking sexy people with fangs, and I'm like, no, give me some of that creature feature, man. Monster it up. Instead, you get sexy people in lacy robes or whatever. I remember being confused when I saw Asian vampires hop in dramas. Vampire Diaries. Yeah, they're all supermodels. Like, what the hell? Hey, Sky, you weren't here. I draw EP baby. I draw EP baby.
34 says dragons in the west be dragon these nuts.
Okay.
Skyshin Music says are cute. Sorry, I got a work call and had to step away for a bit.
No worries.
Dubakeen 2134 says re.
Okay, I'm gonna try doing another dragon.
Skyshin Music says okay, I want to keep him as a pet again. He's one of those pretty boys that you cannot look at from a frontal angle.
yeah, he just look hella derpy. I'm sure there's a way to cutify him, but not right now. I think you need to squeeze the face, like make its eyes bigger. I feel like the eyes are kind of lower.
Maple in Fetries says he looks grumpy cute, like he got woken up from a nap or something, ha ha ha.
Slinky096 says I sent a great photo in Ref Photos on the DC about the diff type of dragons.
Maple in
Nothing some
Fetries says
eyeliner and
LMA
blusher
time.
can't fix. Okay, I'll sketch the werewolf dragon. Well, flying squirrel dragon. From the side, and then we'll see.
Skyshin Music says did you ever play a game called Neopets Elise?
I'm looking at the thing, Slinky. So interesting. Wow, and there's so many variations. I have played Neopets. Thanks for the reference, Slinky. I think that's quite useful. But now I don't play Neopets because I think there's no more Neopets. I now play Flight Rising, which is like dragons, but
Slinky096 says BRB.
Dragons, but Neopets, but dragons.
Kaishin Music says he yeah, I was just thinking these like creature designs could totally become like a Neopets world.
You're so excited about this. Cute. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to make it happen.
Duvakian 2134 says, what do you call a small mother? Minimum. Maple Leaf Synthetries says nice.
What were you wanna sketch, Maple?
Ryan Sider says at Dovaki in 2134 Nemimi 2 LUL plus 2. Ryan Sider says I'm stealing that joke.
I prefer him to be more hunchback.
Maple Leaf Synthetries says ha ha ha, I could potent sketch.
Duvakian 2134 says at Ryan Sider, did you hear about the psychic that escaped from jail recently? The Poilsy are looking for a small medium at large.
Ryan Sider says Nemimi 2 not I did hear. Dovaki in 2134 says how are the bun buns?
How are the bun buns? They just be eating and stuffing themselves good. would be
Ryan
nice.
Cider says I watched Zootopia 2 on the second day. There was barely anyone Lunacy 4 beam.
Was it nice? Was Zootopia nice?
Skyshin Music says, or really Ryan, I really liked the first movie. But I guess it's been so many years there isn't much hype anymore. Ryan Cider says I enjoyed it. Lunacy 4 Beam, the world building was cool but the ending falls short / happens too quick.
Aww.
Ryan Cider says at Skyshen Music Nemami 2 Pet.
I wonder if a bunny would be faster than a cat.
Well, I don't know. But we take the theory of like the antelope and the cheetah. The cheetah can run faster than the antelope, but the antelope has more stamina than the cheetah. So it was to escape is more of a game of endurance.
Skyshin Music says this creature looks more like a school bully, or a not very bright gym jock.
It's so funny, you're kind of putting all these dragons in a Zootopia setting. Just realized this dragon looks like a bull.
Maple Yavis Fetries says I must be hungry XD. I heard you say cantaloupe instead of antelope the first time. Ha,
Wow,
ha, ha.
imagine just looking at a cantaloupe cheetah going
Skyshin
after
Music
a
says
cantaloupe.
LOL Maple.
Well, this is it. I don't know. I know, like, I'm studying, like, the theory of designing, but not gonna lie, I'm not happy with what I came up with. I don't know, it looks so basic. I know I have to, like, practice what I learned to, like, practice my creative muscle, but I'm not having it, I think. This one looks so basic. Yeah. Don't know. Designing is hard.
Maple
Anyways.
Leaf Synthetries says haha. Yeah, if you're comparing speed, then it depends on far a cantaloupe would roll. I gave it a big push
That's
lol.
funny. That's true, Sky. Still very new to designing. Just gotta keep at it. In any case, I think I'm gonna stop streaming here. Maybe I should go back to reading and do my other work and stuff. I feel very stagnant in my skill levels right now. I feel like I need to set time aside to level up. I feel like I've been on the same level for a while now, so oh well. Alright, thanks guys for coming in. I'm not gonna rate anybody. I am tired today, so anyways. Thank you all.
Skyshin Music says thank you for the stream, Elise. It's always fun and warm getting to
Thank
hang
you,
out with
Sky. It was fun hanging out with you. I get to draw some of the cute boy for you, especially this one. I like this one the most, the
Maple
EP
Yavis
dragon.
Fetries says thanks for streaming.
Thanks, Maple. See you all. Have a wonderful week. Bye.
Maple Yavis Fetries says love how you just do what you want XD.